Tonight, we really have no topic, so we're just going to bullshit this whole time.
Making your way in the world today takes everything you've got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away? Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. You wanna be where you can see our troubles are all the same. You wanna be where everybody knows your name. You wanna go where people know people are all the same. You wanna go where everybody knows your name.
Give me
a topic.
So, okay, Chief, here's a topic. People who don't like the X-Men. Go.
What?
I think that's
No human.
to say you don't like the X-Men, like, as a blanket statement, it's pretty ridiculous. I mean, there's so many different, like, what X-Men don't you like?
Yeah.
That's what you got to ask yourself first.
Range of
Such a long history. It's like, you don't like the...
Go ahead.
Isn't it more that people
go
don't
ahead.
like Marvel? I guess you can like Captain America and but not like. I don't understand why you dislike the X-Men. There's a lot of titles.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's part of why people don't like them.
Maybe it's hard to follow. I don't know.
It costs you like $50 a month to follow the X-Men.
Although,
If you want
the best book I'd introduce people to the Brian Wood X-Men for fresh people because it's the most friendly version, really.
Yes.
Yeah. It's really good.
I'm an all new fan. I could just read that one and be
on
happy.
here one way or another. We'll get her on here during the show. Let's go ahead. I'll hit record. Let me text her real quick, find out what's going on. Okay, next topic. Why is everybody so crazy for Captain Marvel? Why is everybody saying it's like the best book out there? Somebody explain it to me, please, because I have no freaking clue why is the best.
I never read it. I haven't read
it before, so I can't tell you.
One. I grabbed and I saw the art inside, and I didn't interest me. The art is so strange to me.
Isn't it?
Oh,
by the way, everybody, welcome to Panel to Panel. We're BSing tonight. Hope you enjoy. That is my intro for tonight, because I'm just willy-nilly tonight.
Why not?
No, but I want to know.
Delay's messing us up. Go ahead, Kulbir. Go ahead.
Go ahead, man. Sorry, Kulbir. Go ahead, man. I think it's because it's quite it's not what she does with the Avengers, it's what she does on her own, and so she has her own problems and trying to work out who she is in her own apartment. There's a lot of scenes in her apartment and about her with her people that live in a block, and she looks after people, and then she goes and does adventures. So it's a very kind of like the Captain Marvel at home as well as being a superhero, which is quite a nice personal touch to the book. And that's the reason why I like it.
Sounds very like it sounds very like Hawkeye in that.
I'm not
in that sense.
I just don't understand. I mean, I got so many books.
Because Marvel don't have a strong female character. I don't know. I guess it's that. Marvel don't have a strong female character who has her own book. I guess it's that. So people are trying to Captain Marvel because she's the only Marvel feminine character who has her own book. I guess I don't know.
Well, unless you count Sif. If you count Journey into Mystery, which really isn't a Sif title, but she's the star of it.
You got Brian
Yeah,
Woods.
but she's never had a. She's not really.
Yeah,
been a
Brian
proper
Woods
character
X-Men. Red She-Hulk. You got the Red She-Hulk.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can't speak for me. I like the Route 616 story that's going on now in Red She-Hulk, but I don't think there's very much interesting about Captain Marvel. And I was telling Kulbir earlier, I think she's a second tier Avenger at best. I don't think she's as interesting as somebody like Sif or Betty Ross
but even Sif, that hasn't really been that amazing journey to mystery. I thought it was okay. I like the first arc, and the second one's okay.
Oh, I love that. I love the space station Beta Ray Bill arc. I'm loving it. But it's canceled. It's canceled.
Yeah.
Can you believe it's over? I'm upset about it.
I feel my opinion is that the Marvel with Captain Marvel, they are trying to pull their Wonder Woman.
In a sense.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But she, at the end of the day, she's still a good character, written quite well, and I think that works for itself.
Yeah.
I was confused with the Enemy Within story because it had its own title, Enemy Within #1, and then the next one was in I don't remember what was the other book it was in. It was in
It was an Avengers
It was an Avengers Assemble.
Avengers Assemble, yeah. And I don't know. I think I missed a part of it. It was like a part of it's missing. I don't know what's going on.
To my world, spaceship.
Yeah, exactly. I experienced what Pedro experiences with Enemy Within. I lost half of the story somewhere.
I think I got about 3 pages in and gave up because I hated the art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the Thor part. I like when they went to the park with Thor. But I couldn't. I just didn't bother with the rest of it. Yeah, the part with the guy, the part with Thor. No, I just don't get what's with her. I don't know why. I haven't followed her enough to know why she's got like a brain tumor or whatever's wrong with her. I don't know why she can't fly. So I don't know really enough about her to really say I absolutely
And
hate
that's
it.
my
But
biggest
I just
thing is it's like,
Definitely.
that's my biggest thing. She's got this brain tumor, and it's like, if you fly, you die. Okay? You fly, you die. It's that simple. I'm going to ride my
But
little
she's
bicycle,
flown.
and I'm going to get around that way, because I don't want to die. But she's just like, oh, screw it. I'm going to fly anyway. I'm not feeling sympathetic for you if you just kill stupid not to fly.
she flew in that battle with this wrestler.
I lost everybody
First arc
for
of
a
Captain
second.
Marvel?
I have everybody right now.
Yeah,
I'm here.
Captain Marvel was all about why it's important for her to fly, and it's quite an important part of her character. And then the Enemy Within is where this now gets resolved. That's what it's about, because this is about the bad guy in the series. So this is all happening, and it's been happening since the first issue.
Okay.
Okay, see, that's what I'm saying. I haven't read any of it, so I have no idea why she has the tumor.
Like I said, I just wanted it explained.
What she's going
That's
through.
all I want. I just wanted it explained.
I don't really have a vendetta against
Okay.
Marvel.
Now we've got her. We've got her now. She's on. Let's hope she doesn't leave.
Slow motion.
It's still slow motion.
Does it work?
Hey, she's there.
Yeah, you're a little slow, but you're working. We're working with it. Give it a minute to clear up. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll give you a topic. The Holy Roman Empire was neither holy nor Roman. Discuss.
Okay.
Rhode Island is neither
Talking
a
about the Holy Roman
Roman
Empire.
island.
Okay, annuals this week. What all annuals did everybody read? I know Kulbir and I don't think Kulbir and I, either one, have read hardly any books this week, so
No, I've
we're kind of out of the loop on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've.
Guardians of the Galaxy. That was it.
I read the game this week. That was great.
I read 3, and
Nothing.
I got stuck in this Black Bolt book, and I haven't moved from it yet. I've still got there's like 6 issues or something in this.
But instead of reading my weekly comics, I read Wolverine #1. So good.
Kakaju #1.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I love
Kakaju.
it so much.
Of this number one of this new series?
4. No, old school.
Old Wolverine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me get you. You got it on Comixology.
I did get it on Comixology, but it was so wonderful. Oh my goodness. So I got 1 through 4. So I read the first one, and it took me a while to get through it because there's so much writing, there's so much story. It was wonderful. So good. And now I'm like, why do people not like Wolverine? If you read that first issue, you will love him. Like, he will just, he will be.
You mean
That was when
Frank Miller and the Claremont series?
Yeah.
Jules?
Yep,
Oh,
number
okay.
1. So good. So,
That's a good one.
Yeah,
that was the highlight of
I
my
got
day.
some reprints too of the.
I got the hard
Wolverine is awesome. He's a great character, but at the same time, like, he's pretty much at the center of every single Marvel book,
Yeah.
no matter what it is. So after a while, it's like,
Yeah.
all right, like, come on.
It's a saturation of
I
Wolverine.
love Wolverine,
Yeah.
but the last few years they are making him. I don't know. I don't recognize him anymore.
He's a school teacher now.
Sometimes I think that every story's been done with Wolverine. That only these little one shots of him being in some strange place work because you can do really interesting stuff with those. But the big arcs, they're all done to death with Wolverine.
Yeah. The dude has more books
I
than
actually-
Batman.
Oh yeah. Well, they just had a one shot just came out this week
Yeah.
of Wolverine in the Flesh. That was a.
Flesh.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, now
Was it
he's
good?
slicing, dicing Julian fries.
I think Wolverine's actually the center of Trinity War, too.
Infinity.
No, Wolverine.
The
question is actually Wolverine. See, we find out that the question's
People
true
don't know
identity
that.
is
It's
Wolverine,
Wolverine.
in DC.
That's it.
People don't know this,
That's it.
and that's what it
They're
is.
gonna. It's the crossover to end all crossovers.
Are you
And
then both universes.
comes out.
serious?
Savage.
Savage.
I
I'm
can't
not-
say enough good stuff about Savage.
Jules loves Savage.
Well, that's what started me on my whole Wolverine kick. I started reading Savage, and I was like, ooh, I like this guy. So I just started reading, like, all the titles he was in, like 60 titles. And now I didn't get the newest one.
I like
now.
Savage Wolverine.
Yeah.
Savage
I
was
thought it was
good,
really
but
good.
I had
It was
too much
different. It wasn't-
fun
I
with it.
didn't read it yet.
It's just really
I can take his artwork.
It was just really funny. I thought it was so funny. And the art was great.
It was good.
At my comic shop, they sometimes they skip an issue. As I told it to Jason, so I have to get at least I don't know 2 arcs for me to start to read because I get crazy.
Pedro's dealing with the Panini Publishing down in Brazil, in case you guys aren't aware of that. And I don't know if you guys know what Panini Publishing does, but we went through it before. It's where they publish, three or four issues together in one mix of books. And then it's hard to follow arcs because they're published in all different books all the time.
Did you guys remember that I told you about the Punisher? That would
Oh yeah, just a zero.
Just a zero.
didn't come out yet.
Not yet. Is that the one?
Chris, this is what we were talking about. We're now getting the What If AVX storyline.
Yes.
Pedro is just now getting the AVX storyline. Yeah,
they are
that's
finishing.
the injustice that Panini Publishing is doing.
They say they will start publish Marvel Now stuff in September, November.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're 2 years behind on.
On Daredevil.
Oh, man.
Daredevil.
2 years behind.
What was it? Yeah, Daredevil was what? Demolisher?
Demolitor. I remember all these.
Yeah.
Just a zero and Demolidor.
I do want to say, I do want to say it, and I put this out there. Everybody's talking about Trinity War. They're talking about Infinity. Everybody knows Worlds Collide just finished up, right? Worlds Collide over in Sonic, the greatest crossover event that has ever happened. Mega Man, Sonic, fantastic.
But Trinity's pretty good though.
Yeah, but Trinity doesn't have Mega Man getting his Mega Buster powers from Tails, and he gets the Tails Mega Buster ability, and Trinity War doesn't have the Evil Bro Fist.
Evil Bro Fist.
I've never read a Sonic book. Your me is like Sonic and Mega Man together. How awesome is that?
Okay. Let me put it this way. Remember as a kid, and you would play the games, right?
Yep.
There's a part in the books where they're going through this. There's like a pocket dimension that Wily and Eggman created. It's a pocket dimension, and the dimension is a mashup of Mega Man's world and Sonic's world. Okay. So there's a part where Mega Man is jumping. Remember the vanishing blocks in Mega Man games where you have to try to jump on the vanishing blocks? They kept vanishing and reappearing. He jumps on those, and Sonic's trying to figure out how to get past these vanishing blocks. And Mega Man's just like, oh, it's easy. You do it like this. The next panel is Sonic bouncing on springs, and Mega Man's like, how the heck do I bounce on springs? So it really brought a lot of that nostalgic feelings to you, because you're sitting there going, I remember that. That is so cool. You know,
that's pretty
and
awesome.
Wily and Robotnik's banter back and forth is it's stunning. I mean, those two are so hilarious. It is not even funny. But it was a it was a great arc, man. Sonic is a fantastic, fantastic comic book. I mean, it's got love, it's got romance, it's got heartbreak, it's got tragedy, sci-fi, fantasy. It's everything you want in a book.
It's been around for a really long time.
There's a lot of people out there. There's a lot of people out there that love it.
As a beginner for Sonic, where to start?
Yeah.
Right now, start at issue number 252. Because they just finished up Worlds Collide, so they just finished up Worlds Collide. So if you pick up 252, it'll start a brand new storyline, so you can jump right in. Now, of course, you can go back. There's a lot of trade paperbacks of Sonic, so you can go get the trades and they're made up of different stories. But right now, if you're just jumping on, I would say get the Worlds Collide series and then 252. That way, maybe you'll know a little bit more. But they'll tell you exactly, because at the beginning of every Sonic book, there is. I'll see if you can see that. There's this page that tells you exactly what's been going on. So they give you a full rundown of what's been going on, so you know what's happening.
I think too the nice thing about Sonic is that every single character they tell you like who it is. So like if you're not familiar with any of the characters, it'll like say in the little box like their name, and usually doesn't it say like what they do?
Yeah, so like if you like Espio, like they'll say Espio, Ninja Chameleon.
Yeah.
You know, and or Vector, head of the Chaotix Detective Agency. It'll tell you who everybody is.
Yeah, so it's nice.
But this ran through 3 titles. This ran through Mega Man, Sonic Universe, and Sonic the Hedgehog. And what I really love about it is the artwork is bright. The text bubbles are bright. The thing I hate about DC and Marvel sometimes is that they try to squeeze so much text into a bubble. That you're kind of like you got to pull out the monocle to try to read it. You don't have to worry about that with Sonic.
Try reading some old Jack Kirby Thor books. It's like a page of dialogue in there. Each page, halfway down each panel, it's like a scroll.
I have Sonic number 1. I have Sonic number 1 from 1993, because that's when it started. Was 1993.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the one you found at the Goodwill shop, right?
Yep, I found that at a thrift store.
Nothing wrong with that.
I wanted to ask Kulbir if he's been reading Superior Spider-Man, because I know he's had his problems with the Spider-Man in the past. And what he thinks. I haven't talked to you since Dr. Octopus has become Spider-Man, I think.
Ever since I heard Dan Slott talk about him at the Comic-Con in February, I've read every issue of Superior, and I still get it. And I think it's pretty good. I like his commitment that still now, 6 months down the line, we still have no Peter Parker and he's still Doc Ock. And I respect him.
Yeah, I'm surprised. He's gone past my deadline. I called 6 months.
The problem I have with Dan Slott is I just think his writing's a little bit off. And it's almost there, and I'm waiting for that one issue that really kind of blows me away. I have no history, I have no knowledge of Spider-Man, so when he fought the Spider Slayer, it looked like he was fighting another guy. So I was like, why is there a bad guy with little robots fighting another guy with little robots? Is that not just sloppy writing? But there's a history to it, so I didn't understand that history.
That's how I only knew him from the 90s cartoon. So I never read a comic with the Spider Slayer, but I remember that old 90s cartoon. I was just I think it was dope. So I jump in. But issue 13, that was that issue for me. I mean, I've liked Superior Spider-Man all along. It's been pretty good. I like Force Ghost, Peter Parker, and all that. But issue number 13 to me was like, damn, like they had battling, you know, they were like, we're going to battle to the death. And Spider-Man's like, I'm going to kill him. And dude, he's becoming Batman. Like, Ock is literally turning Spider-Man into Batman, except Batman doesn't kill him. But he's got that little dark aspect to him. And that's something Spider-Man has never had before, so I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
I loved it when J. Jonah Jameson is like, you can't do this, you can't do this. And he's like, it's Shadowland. No one's going to miss it. I'm taking it out. And guess what? You're going to sign all the papers that say it's legal.
Yeah, in fact, in issue 13, when Spider-Man was like, I own you. Like, how many years have we been waiting for Spider-Man to say to JJJ, I own you,
Well, you can't forget. You guys can't forget the creepy laugh. The creepy laugh. He allows the Kingpin to say the Kingpin's not leaving here, or he allows the Kingpin to hear him say the Kingpin's not leaving here alive, and then does that. Oh, I probably shouldn't have said that. Ha 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 ha. And the look on the Kingpin's face is priceless.
Oh man,
what was
that
good?
was so awesome.
What was
I read
good
it on my
was
phone and I took a screenshot of that.
What was good was the episode, was the issue where Doc Ock goes inside his own brain and he fights Peter, the essence of Peter Parker.
Was good.
That was good.
That was good.
Everybody, I'm sure everybody thought, okay, Dan Slott's bringing Peter Parker back. Peter Parker is going to win, and we're going to get Peter Parker back. And then Ock just owns his rear end, and you're like, and I love Peter Parker, but I love Doc Ock as Spider-Man. I love him.
Like, everyone loves Peter Parker. The other thing I like is that, come on, this is a good book.
It's called Superior, and you thought, oh, there's just another adjective to put in front of the book. But it actually means what it says. And that's what I like about it.
And Ock makes sure you know that too. He refers to himself as superior always. He even says in the last one, no, not amazing, superior, when he's talking about the difference between their lives.
For me, I got a 2-year minimum. I got a 2-year minimum. I don't want to see Peter Parker back for at least 2 years. Like, you called 6 months space, I got 2 years. If you give me at least 2 years of Ock and you bring Peter back, I'll be satisfied. Anything less than that, to me, it's just a gift.
I've amended that.
2 years, it's a
Well, this isn't a joke, but if you put a 2-year minimum, by then Panini Publishing will have the book out.
They don't know what we're talking about.
We're gonna get. Hey, Chief, let's get Pedro some Superior.
We'll have to send us to
I saw the Superior trades, so I didn't read, but I still want to get them. I don't know if
You should, man.
It's
from
definitely worth it.
Marvel, or should I wait from Panini?
I'm sorry, I love Peter Parker, but I don't miss the whole, I got to get home to Aunt May and make sure Aunt May is okay, or Mary Jane, I got to go swing in and make sure Mary Jane's okay, or Uncle Ben. No, I love hey, guess what? Bam! Spider-Man.
Aqu was into Mary Jane at first, and then he was like, man, this is too much work. Screw this.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to go with the midget girl.
She didn't like him.
He's like, I'm going with the midget girl.
She's too high maintenance.
Do you guys think is like a phase? It's like Spider-Man needs to be Oxford for a few books, or do you think Spider-Man should be this guy forever? Like, what you guys?
I think we had like 30 plus years of Peter Doc Ock.
Yeah,
I think that they got to bring him back at some point. Yeah, I've changed my mind.
Peter Parker. He's Peter Parker.
I've changed my mind, by the way, since then. I actually wasn't sure that I would even like it without Peter Parker. But since Dr. Octopus, I love it. I love it as much, or more than a couple of years before it. I think it's good. Keep him as long as we can. Keep Dr. Octopus.
I'll admit it out loud. I'll say it here. I love him more than Amazing Spider-Man. I like Ock more than Peter Parker. He's just more interesting. He's more dark.
Well, he's fighting villains from a villain's point of view.
He's never been. He's basically everything you've ever wanted to see Spider-Man do. Anything you wanted to see Spider-Man do, I'm doing it.
He doesn't have anything holding him back.
It's like Batman. So.
He doesn't have anything holding him back, so he's just, he's just going crazy on everybody. Whereas Peter Parker he has to worry about, like you were saying, Spindash, MJ, always worrying about saving everybody. Well, Doc Ock doesn't care.
I don't know if you remember, but I've always disliked Peter Parker, and I always made my point, like I've never liked him since I was young. And then now
I do remember.
Why didn't you ever like Peter Parker? Why didn't you ever like Peter Parker?
Because he's just a whiny kid. He never seems to change, and it's always the same boring, just like smiling kid. And I'm like, I liked it when I was a kid. I like the cartoon. I don't want to read it in the comic. So I never picked up his books as a 21-year-old when I started catching them again. But now I like Superior because I like the fact that it's about a villain, and villains are the interesting parts of the stories as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, it's a Spider-Man fighting villains from a villain's point of view, and it's almost, to me, like he's almost a character from beyond the fourth wall that comes in and says, this comic book logic doesn't make any sense. I'm bulldozing this and I'm doing it my way.
Yeah.
And he's totally turned the character upside down.
This
Pane, what do you think?
I almost wore that shirt tonight. How embarrassing would that have been? It was between
I'll take it off.
and this X-Men one, dude. No, I got X-Men tonight. Just let me get next.
Let's stay here with my chest out. Let's do the show bare chested. Oh, that would be weird. Somebody tunes in and I'm just sitting here with no shirt on. That would be the weirdest thing.
That's not the type of show people think this is.
You're on the wrong website.
Spinamax.
Whoa.
Max.
Spaceship gets dirty.
TVMA.
You can't watch this episode till after 11 o'clock.
After your parents have gone to bed.
Hey, Chris, I want to ask you, bud. See this week about how the only reason a lot of people liked Red Lanterns was because of the very last page in Red Lanterns this week. You read it? You read Red Lanterns this week?
I have not read any of my books this week except for Guardians of the Galaxy.
God, I can't bash on those tweets. Now I can't bash on those tweets.
You got an excuse. You're in Disney.
Well, yeah, you were down there chilling at Disney.
So jealous.
I was, and then
hey, next year we're trying to do.
I can't wait to go back.
Hey, next year we're trying to do Panel to Panel goes to Disney.
It's Universal.
Panel to Panel goes to Disney.
That would be awesome.
Imagine me and Chief sitting there, Chief riding Pirates of the Caribbean. Everybody thinks he's part of the ride.
I'm just going to go in there and not come out and just pickpocket people as they go by. I'll come out of the water with a knife in my teeth and like reach up in the boat.
What's the last thing?
The best thing ever,
Okay.
but
There was
I'll
like
tell
a
you what,
big
though, as soon as
debate.
as soon as I got back, my inbox was so full of stuff that, man, I've been working for like 8 hours straight yesterday and today, getting all this stuff posted, for all these reviews you guys have been writing, all the reviews everyone else has been writing, press releases. I mean, literally, I normally do this stuff maybe about 3 hours out of my day on a daily basis. Last 2 days has been about 8 hours apiece, just working. It's been crazy. You guys are.
And you had to decipher mine. Mine was like a puzzle.
It looked like it was all printed out like a haiku, like 4 words here, 2 words down there. I had to like delete it and like bring it all together.
I swear to you, I did not send it that way. I have no idea. I cut and pasted that whole thing. I did put a space in between the paragraphs, just like one space, and then I cut and pasted it and I sent it to you, and I centered the credits at the top, but everything else looked normal. And I sent it, and I don't know what happened. I saw the copy back.
It looked like
I saw the copy that you sent back the copy, and it was just crazy. I was like, wait, I didn't look at it the first time, and then I scrolled down, I was like, whoa, that is pretty wild.
I'm pretty clever though, so I figured it out. I figured out a way to get it done.
From now on, I'm going to do all my reviews in haiku.
Well, the reason I brought up Red Lanterns is because I love reading the Twitter feeds and seeing people talk about comics. And please tell me I'm not the only one that sometimes you read a tweet and you're just sitting there going, huh? What? So this group of people are talking about like the last page of Red Lanterns, and what's the cat's name? The Red Lantern cat. God, name's escaping me right now.
Dang.
You know what I'm talking about, though.
Dexter,
yeah, something like that. So then they start breaking out like they start talking about like Streaky the Super Cat, and I'm sitting there going, "What the heck do you know about Streaky?" You know what? You know probably because you read.
Has Streaky been in anything in like 35 years?
Yeah, Streaky.
I don't even know Streaky
probably
is.
Streaky was in Tiny Titans by Art and Franco. That's what they're
Tiny Titans and probably Crypto the Super Dog, the cartoon Crypto. You know, Crypto.
I'll tell you what though, Dexter's pretty cool.
And I'm just sitting there and I'm scratching my head, and it's like they love that part, but everything else they were talking about how like they didn't like Guy Gardner, how they felt there was nothing new in it. It was just Davey. It was him being or Guy. Hey, in Mighty Ducks, in the Mighty Ducks movie, there was a character and his name was G-U-Y, they called him Guy, okay?
Maybe
I'm not talking, okay? I think
either's correct.
I'm not talking about water, from Captain Planet, water. I'm talking about from the Lantern. So, but they're just talking about, there was nothing new in this book, and I'm just sitting there like, okay, nothing new in this book, but what awesome things did you say that were so groundbreaking in the Wake that have never happened before? Bring it on to me, because I want to know what you said.
I didn't finish. I never got number 2 of the Wake, so I never got.
Okay,
3.
let me run down number 2 of the Wake for you. Let me run down Wake number 2. More talking of, we're in this underwater facility, and then, oh my God, the monster breaks out. The monster's running loose somewhere on the laboratory. We've never seen that before. In no horror movie have we ever been in a secret facility where the monster escapes and starts terrorizing everybody.
You just made old Samuel L. Jackson movies.
Samuel L. Jackson movie. It was Aliens, Alien 3, Alien Resurrection.
I don't want no monsters in this mother effing lab.
Right. Oh my
What's
God!
that one with the sharks?
The cross between the creature from the Black Lagoon and Ariel the Little Mermaid is loose on this bridge.
I still want to watch Sharknado.
Deep Blue Sea.
That's what the Wake needs. The Wake needs Samuel L. Jackson to show up and be like, I ain't gonna have no Black Lagoon mermaid killing people up on here. Give me my purple lightsaber. Where's my purple lightsaber?
I would laugh. Purple lightsaber.
Jackson is awesome.
Actually, did number 3 come out this week?
Yeah, it did.
Did number 3?
But Sean Murphy's art is beautiful.
I mean, it's a good book. Don't get me wrong. I like the book. But there were people that were saying it was like the greatest thing. It was new. It was fresh. I'm just like, no.
It's definitely not original, really. I mean, it's pretty good. I like the first one, but I didn't read the other two.
Yeah, number 3's out this week, so there it is.
I haven't read it.
It's
I haven't
because
read
of
this one yet.
Snyder. People are so. I don't know what happened. Like you guys, I show you guys the Iron Man Noir.
Yeah.
Ferro Noir.
I saw with Spider-Man Noir
he was-
yesterday. I was going to pick it up, but I didn't.
Yeah, it's good.
should've got
The design of Spider-Man is awesome. So Scott Snyder wrote the Iron Man Noir. So it's like Indiana Jones mixed with technologic stuff. It's the same thing of Indiana Jones.
What are those noir books? Where do they take place? What universe do they take place in? Is it just regular Marvel continuity, or is it Ultimate, or is it just a separate thing altogether?
This is a series pre-war, pre-Second War, and there are no crossover between titles. They are Iron Man is the story of only Iron Man. We got War Machine, we got Pepper, we got all Iron Man elements, and bring into a book like it was a thing that can be possible to do. Like in Wolverine is a detective, a private detective. So
I saw the Daredevil noir today. I almost bought it, actually, but I didn't really know anything about it, so I didn't get it.
I like I didn't read the Daredevil yet, but I got them. But I like it, the Wolverine and the Iron Man. It's a good story, but as Spin Dash was saying, there's nothing new about it because we got Iron Man mixed with Indiana Jones. It's the same thing.
Hold on. Oh, wait a minute. Kulbir left. Kulbir fell. Let's bring him back.
Maybe he gets to sleep.
Just log back.
He might have gotten
Bring it back on.
Dude,
He might have gotten too tired.
Morning over there.
Oh, it's neat, man. I don't know how he's even doing it.
I do. Hold on. I do want to rectify this. I did found something that might be new in the wake. And don't worry, there's no text bubbles. But a guy is sitting at a table about to eat a beluga whale.
Like a whole one?
It's a at a table about to eat a beluga. That's some good eats. Kentucky fried beluga.
But like a whole beluga whale they're gonna eat? What do you mean? Like
It's one dude sitting at a table and he's got his fork and his knife in his hand and it's like a whole beluga whale just on the table.
Sometimes you gotta eat it
just raw?
I don't know.
Sometimes a man's hungry. Sometimes a man needs a hearty meal. He's a hunger man.
You know, I don't know. This might sound crazy, but I'm craving beluga whale. Maybe like drag one of those drag one into our underwater facility. Just a raw one. Just put it on the table.
Is good. That panel is good. But the best panel of the week. Go ahead. Hold on. Go ahead, Pedro. Go ahead.
If he was on Earth, he would call it, I could eat a cow. And he brings a cow to the table.
Well, you're in the sea. You got whale. There's no cow in the sea, so you do what you can.
Now I'm so hungry.
I'm so hungry.
A whale.
Yeah,
cows.
Exactly.
Speaking of cows, the best panel of the week goes to Batman Incorporated. Because Batman's standing there.
No,
He's standing there.
Another one I haven't read either.
Okay, all sorts of stuff happened in the Batcave. And Batman's standing in the Batcave, and Batcow just goes, moo. And he tells Batcow to shut up. So Batcow goes, moo. Batman tells Batcow to shut up. But then there's a cat. There's a cat next to him as well, and the cat's just going, meow.
The cat's like, he told you.
He's like, he told the cow to shut up. Batcow is the greatest character ever.
You know what? With Batman, I'm not really that satisfied with how they're wrapping it. Like, it's almost like he's just realizing now that I liked it when he was crazy about Damien, when he was like kidnapping Frankenstein and like doing crazy stuff and going out with Red Hood and trying to kill people,
kill everybody.
I thought that was great. Like, but like now he's just accepted Damien's death, or is he still?
It's about
is he still like flipping out?
I'm over the bat grief. I'm over the bat grief for now. Like, he's already so angsty as it is. Like, he's like an emo teenager who like cuts themselves, except instead of cutting himself, like he fights crime to get that out. So when it's just another tragedy for him to to mourn, it's just kind of like, all right. Like, it just lasted too long, and it was through every Bat book. Like, enough of the.
Did you read Batman and Catwoman though?
Oh yeah, I think I did.
You read Batman and Catwoman?
Yeah, I read. I did. He bought her the new helmet. Yeah, that's when. That's when he kind of started to accept things, right? When is that the one with Carrie Kelly?
That was really nicely done. I thought that was quite nice. They're trying to move on very slowly. Because it was really.
So he's given up his dreams of getting the corpse and dumping it in the Lazarus pit, then bringing him back to life.
I'm gonna put it to you this way. Chief, read it.
Disaster.
I'll tell you though, it's not over. Read Batman Inc. It is not over.
I see. I didn't think it could be. It seemed too easy. It seemed too easy to me.
Because in October, we're getting a book. In October, I read it in previews. DC's bringing out a book called Damian, Son of Batman. So it's going to be like an older Damian taking on the mantle, I guess. But
well, they did say Talia has multiple clones of him. The big dude that killed Damian, that was actually Damian, another clone of him. That was
terrible.
Yeah.
Is it going to be a new Damian or the old Damian?
You know what's really sad though is just as people started to like Damien, that's when they killed him. Because when he first came out, like, no one liked him. He was like a dick, and like, you know, you just wanted to smack him in the face and tell him to shut up and sit in the corner. But like, he finally started growing on people, and people really started liking him. And then Grant Morrison was like, I'm just gonna kill him. Like, I'm just gonna kill him.
But nobody gave Jason Todd that benefit. Everybody was like, kill him. Everybody called it, kill Jason Todd. We want him dead.
Take my $1.95. I want him dead.
Call the hotline. I don't know. I like Red Hood. And I never minded the Jason Todd Robin either. I thought Jason Todd Robin was pretty cool.
Yeah, why does everybody got to be hating? Why does everybody got to be hating?
Oh, he looks so innocent.
Yeah, look at and look, his blood's going everywhere. Look at that.
I saw Kulbir did a write-up of that where he was killed, and that is one of the most brutal things ever. When that sword goes through, you see him on that sword. I thought, wow, that's brutal for DC.
The whole thing was brutal. The whole thing from start to finish. Like, you didn't see stuff like that in comics at the time.
No,
Chris Vernon beating a child. They beat a child to death and killed him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, for them, you didn't even really see that happening to like the adult characters too often, unless it was sort of like fantastical, like Doomsday versus Superman. But you didn't see just like a savage, brutal beating of like really comic characters like that. And man, when they killed Jason Todd like that, it was like, dude, game over. Like, let's flip the switch. It's time to get dark around here.
Well, yeah. I was talking about Damien when he's on that sword, and the sword. You just see him like the look on his face when he's stuck on that sword, and then you see the impalement. You see what happened.
They kept it in the shadow.
It's really brutal. That whole ending in that comic is probably the most brutal thing I've ever read in DC.
That was. That's your no.
It was.
Yeah, that was.
Burnham can draw Damien like a child, and he looks like a kid, and that's what's like amazing about it, and that's what makes it better when he dies.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's just vicious.
then you've
It's
got-
vicious.
Well, then he was reeling from the death of Damien, and then in Dark Knight, in Batman: The Dark Knight number 2122, where he's going up against the Mad Hatter, and the Mad Hatter tosses Bruce Wayne's girlfriend out of a helicopter, and she smacks into the bat signal.
That was pretty crazy.
And dies, and then Batman goes on a rampage and basically almost kills the Mad Hatter because he is that enraged. And he pulled one of the Tweedle's jaws like straight off his face, and the Tweedle's sitting there like, oh.
That's probably the most violent Batman's been.
Yeah,
Unless you're talking Frank Miller Batman, but that's got to be one of the most, in regular DC continuity, one of the most violent things Batman's ever done.
I don't get why they need to kill somebody to Batman to be like bad. I don't get this.
Because if they
Pretty
don't,
bad without killing people.
To get,
It kind of makes you angry.
well, if they don't kill someone, he goes into hiding for 8 years, and nobody sees him for 8 years, and then Catwoman breaks into his mansion and steals his mother's pearls, and then he's like, oh, I don't know if I should come out and be Batman again, but I'm gonna go get something attached to my leg because I don't have no cartilage in my leg, and then I gotta fight Bane.
Yes, I was disappointed in that movie because I did not want old, decrepit, broken Batman in that movie. I don't know. I know it was part of like they combined Nightfall with some stuff, but I would have rather just have a straightforward, just original Batman movie, not the
when did we ever
45 minutes of Bruce Wayne's rehabilitation and.
When did we ever know Bruce Wayne to just disappear for 8 years? And the death of Bruce Wayne doesn't count. I'm not counting the death of Bruce Wayne. That whole story.
Just gives up his war on crime.
For 8 years.
Dark Knight Returns.
And sit-ups and kills a broken back.
Yeah. And how much time elapsed between when he got his back broken and when he came back to Gotham? It had to have been a long time. You know, a back just doesn't.
2 months, I guess.
Kulbir, you tell me, a back just doesn't heal that way, that fast. Especially not to climb out of a gigantic well.
Did you not think that when he broke his back, that was just so like washed over? They didn't do like a big moment, like in the comics book it was big. It was just like, oh, back's gone, we're done. It angered me, that movie.
Well, in the comics, that's when Azrael took over for him, right? It was right after Bane broke his back.
Yeah.
Then Azrael went out as Batman.
And then No Man's Land happened out of nowhere, and then that wasn't done very well either. Well.
There are certain elements of Dark Knight Rises that I really, really like, and there's certain parts of it that I really cannot stand. And it's a movie that I hate this time. I thought Dark Knight was really good, but Dark Knight Rises, there's a lot wrong with it and a lot right with it.
Oh, there.
Huh?
And you know what? The scene where they took over the stock exchange.
Anywhere that you need.
Yeah.
I know. You will learn. You'll learn. You'll learn that is the great thing about Spin. I will pull a comic out of anywhere and just pull it out. It's like it's like my magic bag of tricks.
The New Mutants 98. So
I'll get you New Mutants 98. I'll get you that one.
I'm still looking for it. I was looking today, actually. I was looking through New Mutants. They only go up to like 94 at my shop. It cuts off right where you need it. It's the weirdest thing.
Nah.
So I'm going to have to find you one somewhere else.
When Mrs. Dash allows me, I'll go over to my what I call my back issue shop, and I'll check it out.
So,
but yeah, the stock exchange scene in that movie's kind of nuts.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, that whole scene seemed like really Joel Schumacher.
Now I gotta put up this. Close the door.
What? I can't see anyone, so I'm really confused. What's happening?
He said the name. Now I gotta put a clip of bat nipples in this video.
Oh no, the bad.
He said the
the
name.
bad. What about the bad pants?
I had to put the
Well,
cod
don't
piece
feel
in.
compelled to have to.
Has anybody been reading the movement? Has anybody been reading the movement? Please.
Not past the first issue.
Okay, so nobody can be here to agree with me if I complain about it.
I can agree that I didn't like it enough to buy 2 or 3.
Okay, let me say this real quick. I got to get it off my chest. I did a review on it, but I never put it out there. I never got it out there because really I felt if I did, the Twitterverse was going to come after me with pitchforks and torches because
Probably would have.
something bad. Because I said something bad about Gail Simone book. I said something
You've already said something
derogatory
bad about Captain Marvel, so it's pretty much guaranteed.
I don't care. Bring it. Me and this book right here are gonna. You can bring it on. Okay, just bring it on. I just want to put it out there. If you put in an issue a character who's a member of a team that says who starts accusing people of being moles, of someone being an informant in the team that is backstabbing the team, and then that same character starts getting the butt kicked by police officers, and the same character says, "But I am a cop." And then the next issue, you never address that phrase. You never touch on that phrase. You have a plot hole. And a plot hole creates all these little pockets of chaos. And left is right, and right is up and down. But she did. She put in this book a line where one of the characters says, "I'm a cop," when she's getting her rear end kicked by cops. And then the next issue, she's still getting her rear end kicked by cops. And they never, ever bring up the fact that she said that she was a cop.
Ooh, I would hate
Never.
that.
So, I'm already disinterested. I don't care anymore.
I had a moment when I read it, and I just went and I literally banged my head because I'm sitting there and I'm sitting there thinking about this. We got Amethyst canceled, Deathstroke was canceled, Demon Knights was canceled. Plug your ears, Pedro. Plug your ears, Pedro. Team 7 was canceled. All these good books, Grifter, Voodoo, Frankenstein, all these books were canceled, and now we get 2 books, one about the 99% and one about the 1%. And I'm sitting there going, what the heck? Why? Why do I need the movement, which these characters, I don't want them to win. I don't want them to achieve their goals. And then I get Green Team, which is nothing more than I have to watch Lindsay Lohan, Justin Bieber, and the Hilton sisters in a book. Why am I reading this? It is, none of these characters make me...
Good question, man. Why are you reading this?
I'm not
I keep getting it.
They're off the island. They are off the island.
Okay.
But
Both of those books sounded stupid to me when they were announced. I never even bothered.
Yeah. Maybe they are trying to create a new Batman book.
Well,
I gave Gail Simone a chance when I got the first one.
Well, the bad thing is in Green Team, they brought in Deathstroke. Deathstroke is now in this Green Team book, but he's like now
That's
like
a shame.
the nanny.
What I've heard.
He's like the nanny for these rich kids now.
Wow.
Like
The
they
most
pay
vicious
Deathstroke
assassin in
to protect
DC is now a babysitter. That's troublesome to me.
That's what
I haven't read that, but
I mean,
I
DC,
haven't
you've
read it.
canceled more books than DC's canceled more books than Marvel has at this point with their relaunches. And now in October, they're bringing like 50 more new books out.
how many? Marvel hasn't canceled any. What ones did Marvel even cancel? I'm not even. Oh, Journey. Journey's the only one I know. That one. my favorite. Thanks, Marvel. I appreciate it. My favorite book. You're gonna get rid of.
Isn't X
That's all
Factor
right.
ending? Aren't they?
Just give me another Wolverine book.
X Factor. X Factor.
Yeah, they're ending X Factor.
Yeah, but that's been going on for a decade.
Yeah.
So
We still have Wolverine Max.
Oh my
get
god,
Jake- don't
Wolverine
get the
Max
cheap-
is like, oh god, that's a waste of paper and ink.
I hate it. I hate that book. I did my first rant on it ever, actually, because in that book, in the first issue of Wolverine Max, a shark bites his legs off. He has adamantium legs in that story. A shark bites his legs off, and then his legs grow back from the knee down. So I'm thinking, so does he has regular bones now, like underneath the 1,000-pound adamantium skeleton? As he walks, he would be getting shin splints in his legs and just be breaking all the time when he walks. He wouldn't have any. He wouldn't even be able to function. He'd be like a crippled old man.
Oh, dude, that's the worst book ever.
It didn't make any sense because he has the claws. He has metal claws. How'd they bite his legs off?
I don't like to write bad reviews. I'd rather review books that I really like and tell people about stuff that I like. But I wrote a review about Wolverine Max almost as like a public service announcement, stay away from this. Yeah. I felt it was my duty. I had a responsibility to all the readers to not waste your money on Wolverine Max.
I was angry with it because I looked forward to it. I thought, wow, this is going to be a cool hardcore Wolverine story. So and then it didn't make any sense.
Yeah,
and I got mad, so I made a video. I was like, this is ridiculous.
Dude, who doesn't want a Wolverine that says the F word and kills everybody? Like, that's what I want.
Right.
But it was awful. It was awful.
The continuity was really screwed. I don't know who wrote. I don't remember who wrote it, but it's bad. It's really bad. Especially, even if he got his legs bit off at the knee, and it just because maybe the tendon or the joining tissue between his leg bones. I'm not a doctor. I don't know. Kulbir here knows anatomy, I'm sure. But if they bit those off, it seems to me if they grew back, they're going to be regular human bones. They don't have the adamantium anymore. So now he can't walk anymore. He's going to be just dragging himself on the ground, Wolverine.
His new legs couldn't support his adamantium torso.
Wolverine this is Wolverine Skink, a very old series that Wolverine has. Yes. Puts his arm, and his arm is all burned out, and there's only the adamantium bones. So the adamantium bones stays, and he carries the arm like this. Yes.
Wait, just hit me. When did the shark's teeth break on the adamantium once it got through his flesh?
True.
Exactly. I was thinking, well, maybe there's soft connective tissue. Maybe just the bones are covered, and the connective tissue is soft enough that the shark could rip it off. But then after that, the shark's just going to get weighed to the bottom of the ocean. It's going to swallow those legs. And somewhere on the bottom of the ocean, there's a shark just struggling, trying to spit out these legs.
Space shark. Maybe it's from Green Lantern. It's a space shark.
Yeah, space shark. Oh my God.
Space sharks look like
space shark. I almost lost it when I saw that. I got mad when I saw that. I was reading it on my phone, and that instinct when you want to throw your book down and be like, F this. I almost did that on my phone, F this.
Space sharks.
Really?
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. I guess there's been weirder things. But that's pretty bad. The fact that they look just like Earth sharks in space is kind of odd.
There's weirder things that work. There's weirder things that work, like Larfleeze. Larfleeze is phenomenal. I love Larfleeze. That is the greatest. DC, that's a book DC brought out that was perfect. I love his origin of himself. Larfleeze was born to family. And then it shows his mother in the field, and he just plops out of her, and she just drags him through the field.
That was great.
I like Larfleeze.
Sure about it at first. It took me a while to get through the first couple of pages because I wasn't too sure about it. But once I got through it was pretty good. In this last issue,
there's a lot, right?
With all the banter with this servant guy and stuff, and the hound it was pretty good. I liked it.
Well, did any of you guys read the Threshold stories that led up to it? I was reading Threshold throughout when they started the Larfleeze all the way through.
I started Threshold. I gave up around issue 3 or 4. I just wasn't interested enough to keep going.
It actually got better for me. I thought I was kind of bored with the first. I thought introducing it in New Guardians was a bad idea in the annual because I was expecting a Kyle story in that or more to do with what was going on with Kyle, and they just went into the whatever's in Jediah Call or whatever his name is. They went into his story, and I was kind of upset with that. But then the next issue was really good, I thought. And then when they started putting Lar Fleas in it, the Lar Fleas stories lead all the way up to Lar Fleas' solo series, and there's some really good stuff. It's like the same kind of humor and writing all the way through it, I think. And the solo series is really good too.
Is it the same writer reading New Guardians? The Lar Fleas back up.
The what?
I was saying, wasn't it the same writer that did the Lar Fleas back up and Threshold?
I don't know. Was it Jules? Do you know if that was J.M.J. Matisse or that did the Threshold stories? I'm not really sure.
I'm not sure.
I know that he's doing the solo series.
Go ahead, Jules, look it up.
That's why I picked it up. I was like, oh yeah, JM. Let me look it up.
I don't know if it's the same writers or not, but it's got that same kind of spirit, the same kind of humor to it that the series does.
Yeah, I mean, the last issue, Lar Fleas wasn't even in it that much, and it was good. He got his butt kicked early on and was taken out, and it was good. I liked it.
Go ahead, Kulbir.
And you got rescued by his butler.
Yeah.
So you read New Guardians?
Yeah, I'm reading New Guardians, yeah.
Do you see how Kyle's drawn like a child? Did you notice that?
Yeah.
He looks really young.
Yeah. And
I like that.
What, the last issue? I'm behind on my Green Lanterns. I got to catch up.
No, I've been getting them all.
I got a lot of
He just looks like a kid.
Well, I like now that Hal's got to try to rebuild the whole core. I like that. And I like New Guardians because I'm liking this Relic character.
Did Keith Giffen do Threshold?
Yes, that sounds familiar.
And yeah, he was working.
I'm looking for it.
I think didn't he work on that with JM? Or is it just JM doing it?
Yeah. No, it's both of them, I'm pretty sure. You're right.
Yeah, so he is the new one.
Yeah.
You know what's kind of weird about the New Guardians, though? Like, I got this uneasy feeling with all the scenes between, like, Carol and Kyle at his apartment just chilling, like... I didn't really like that too much. I felt like they were like sneaking around behind Hal's back or something.
Cheating on Hal, yeah.
Not with the homie's girl, dog. Like, what are you doing, man? Not with the homie's girl.
Yeah, she's not his girl. She's not his girl.
I know, but she's forever his girl. Come on, she's forever his girl.
But see, you have to watch out because
It's like Paula Abdul.
Necron. How will raise Necron, man? How will say, Kyle, you messing with my girl? Necron, rise, and the Necron. Kill Kyle Rayner.
But Hal just said he's going back to Oa for good though, so he's not coming back.
And everyone knows you don't get with the homie's ex, even if it's
That's
not
right.
like everyone knows like you don't get with the homie's ex. And it felt wrong to me. It felt wrong to me. It's not like they weren't hooking up or anything. It just
I can see that. I agree with that because it was kind of weird for me to see that.
You don't hook up unless you're in that weird Cyclops, Jean Grey, Wolverine love triangle. Then anything goes.
Yeah, well, no, Wolverine hates Cyclops, so that's okay. That's an okay.
Okay. That works.
He doesn't like that guy.
Or like in December, shameless plug, Anime Apocalypse, Rockford, Illinois, December 27th through the 29th, live episode of Panel to Panel being taken place at this convention. We're going to watch the live show. Make sure you come.
Never been better, Space Boy.
Never been better, Space Wife. I'll be there. Panda will be there. We're all going to be there. Come and check us out. You never know what we may bring with us. I'm trying to get a couple surprises to show up, so we'll see. But
I don't even know what those surprises are. It's going to be he might just like unleash a wild animal and we don't even know it.
I'm trying to get.
He's going to go. He's going to go adopt a pit bull from the local shelter that's just mean and nasty. We're just going to let it loose. at the con. Just to see what happens.
I'm going to release a wild... All you people that are coming to the con who love Pokemon, your job will be to catch a wild Tommy Wiseau.
We're just going to say somewhere under one of these tables is a loose, snarling pit bull, and we're going to lock all the doors.
Get that in me up.
Whoever finds it can leave.
Well, look at that. It's midnight here in the good old Virginia.
It is midnight. It's probably 5 in the morning for Kulbir.
In England.
We should probably let Kulbir go.
We should let him go. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on this really wacky, weird, just off the wall. We're going to talk about whatever the heck we want episode of Panel to Panel. No rhyme or
Whenever
reason.
Chris comes on it. Whenever Chris comes on, we did
Just descend into madness.
Bring the chaos.
Make sure you check out House of Flying Scalpels. The link should be right down here. Make sure you check them out. So make sure you follow Kulbir and Chris on Twitter. Their Twitter names are right there below us. And of course, follow Jules, follow the Chief, follow Pedro. Hashtag Pen Pal. Get our friends in Brazil some comics, okay? I put this out there and nobody cares because everybody is like, oh, well, I get my comics. I don't care. Help Pedro and his buddies get their comics.
I'm doing an international comic book exchange with Pedro, actually. And I also want to remind everybody, Week 7, Spider-Man 2 Beard Challenge. Still going strong. I haven't shaved it off yet. Holding out for Amazing Spider-Man 2 in 2014. By then, it's going to be Gandalf style. It's getting unbearable now, so we'll see how long it lasts.
Keep it secret, keep it safe. I got a long gray beard. Make sure you also tune in. Thank you.
Thanks for coming on, Kulbir.
You're welcome back anytime. You're welcome back.
It's very cool to see you in person.
Yeah, it's so nice to meet you.
Oh, yeah.
Get your rest first, man, and then...
You'll say.
And make sure you follow, check us out on... See you, buddy. And make sure you follow us on make sure you check us all out on followingthenerd.com. Every Friday, Panel to Panel, we'll be there. We'll be there, no, not live, but we'll be there on followingthenerd.com. Comic review.
I might be. You might just turn your monitor. I might just be sitting there. Just be staring right back at you.
If you did that, you watched some videotape you weren't supposed to watch, and you're going to die in 7 days. But from all of us, I want to thank you, and good night.
You guys are my best friends, through thick and thin. We've always been together, we're 4 of a kind, having fun all day, palling around and laughing away. Just best friends are we. I love you guys.